Well, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing on this great Wednesday? Pardon the cotton. I work at a cotton factory, but thought it was pretty important to get this review done. First off, I just want to say if you don't know George Zaharoff's story, I recommend you talk to somebody or talk to George himself about it. He's got such a great story. I mean, just a guy that's come from what he's come from and what he's done and still being a humble person, man, it's absolutely wonderful. I mean, he's just a great guy with a good heart. Who else sends a sample? I mean, this guy sends notes with samples. I mean, that's just a good dude right there. But I want to give a review of his Zaharoff signature pour homme. I do have a sample. I have worn it before, but I felt like I didn't give it its due justice. I put a couple of sprays, didn't think that was enough, but also want to do it because he made it personal. But anyway, let's get right to it. I really like the smell. And I wore it today, and at the first blast, the initial blast didn't really hit me. Like, you know, I was like, okay, smells good. Kind of got a sweet smell to it. And then about 2 hours, I think the projection was, and I think a little bit after that, I was doing some things with some machines, and all of a sudden, I caught a whiff of it, and it reminded me of something, and it really hit me. Now, I've had this certain fragrance that I'm about to mention before, and to me, it's about 90%. And what I'm talking about is Royal Crown's Upper Class. George Zaharoff, I'm sure, didn't intend to smell like that, but that's about 90%. Pour homme, signature pour homme from Zaharoff is about 85–90% identical to Royal Crown Upper Class. The only difference that I notice is, I think personally, that Zaharoff pour homme, signature pour homme, isn't quite as sweet. That's the reason that I got rid of Royal Crown Upper Class, which is about a $600 bottle for 100 ml. I got rid of it because the raspberry in it was like really overpoweringly sweet. Now, it was something that I would wear occasionally, but the bottle was just so doggone nice that I feel like somebody else should be able to benefit from it. I would wear Zaharoff signature pour homme more because it's not quite as sweet. It is sweet, and I'm not a sweet guy. At least most people say that anyway. But it's not as sweet of a fragrance as the Royal Crown Upper Class. So, hey, I mean, it's not my type of cologne, but somebody said, describe how it smells, and somebody said, smells like success. I absolutely agree with that. It definitely smells like he put love into this. There's no doubt in my mind that he did this because this is something he likes to do. And man, look, George, I mean, hats off to you, brother. I mean, I just think what you do is absolutely wonderful. I feel like you're a man with a great heart. I hope the Lord blesses you, man, with all that you want in life. You know, I had seen a video where you had posted that you were signing 25,000 samples, cards, samples. That's insane. I mean, I feel, just in my personal opinion, I couldn't do it, man. But that's love. That's somebody that cares about genuinely what they're doing. I was going to do a throw it in the trash or spend the cash, but man, there's no doubt in my mind that I would spend the cash. I think it's a little on the expensive side. I can't remember. I think the last time I saw was 2.5 ounces for $150, if I'm not mistaken. If so, somebody correct me. I don't mind. That was about a month ago when I got the sample or so. But hey guys, get it. I mean, look, I mean, how many times we go out and spend money on, you know, designer and niche fragrances, and these guys aren't sending us cards saying thank you or best wishes, good luck, keep your head up, whatever the case may be. I mean, you know, give it a shot, man. All you got to do is request a sample. I'll figure out how to put a link down to the request of a sample. I mean, he'll send it to you, man. It's free. And if you love it, man, support the guy. I mean, ain't nobody else. Tom Ford ain't sending you nothing saying thank you for your purchase. Keep your head up, best wishes. This man, I mean, he looks at your Facebook profile. He knows things about you, and he, you know, if something hits him, man, he writes it on a card. I mean, I appreciate it, man. I mean, there's not too many people going to do that. But I'll quit rambling. But, man, look, get it. I mean, it's a sample. I mean, I put a big old dent in it. I mean, just sweet fragrance. It's not something that I would wear on a everyday basis for sure. This to me would be a date night going out type fragrance. I didn't get any compliments. I normally get compliments, but I didn't want to oversplash it, but I didn't want to undersplash it. I wanted to give it its due diligence. The initial blast I got off of this was about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I actually want to say it was definitely 2 hours. The longevity on this, I do two things when I do mine. I do mine with skin and a shirt, simply because if I'm going to give a review about a fragrance, I want to have it on my skin. Nothing sticks to my skin, believe me when I tell you that. This here was a good 10 hours on my shirt before I really just couldn't smell it no more. On my skin, this was 6 hours, which I say is good, because usually something only gets about 3 to 4 hours on my skin. I've had extracts that I've put on my skin have gotten like 4 or 5 hours, so I don't have very good skin. But listen, George, man, I'm proud of you. Thank you for the sample. Thank you for the card. Thank you for what you do. Man, give this guy a shout out. This has been DB, and I've just taken you behind the nonsense. Y'all have a good one.